everybody, it's your girl Raven. I hope you had an amazing Christmas. Oh my god, my Christmas was amazing. Well, this is gonna be a little bit of a talking, like story time, but like, you know, your girl means, yeah. So if you didn't already know, I posted it on my Instagram, on my social media, that the winner was Anaí Ramirez. Congratulations, Anaí Ramirez. I hope you like your gift. I gave it to her in person because I know her father, and her father talked to her mother, and her mother came, brought her, and I gave it to her, and that's gonna be this clip that's gonna happen right about now. This is Anaí Ramirez. She is the winner of the Christmas giveaway, so that is yours. It is a fluffy blanket.
Oh, you put your feet in here.
Yeah. Congratulations, Anaí, for winning our Christmas giveaway.
Thank you.
Anyways, I hope y'all like that little clip. I know I'm sounding a little bit ugly or whatever, but today's story time is gonna be the time I found out I was pregnant. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so I didn't want to do the story time, like, not really, I didn't want to do it, but I got a lot of requests for it, so that's what I'm doing today. By the way, do y'all like my makeup? Like, ooh, sexy, ooh, sexy. And these lashes, wait, before I get into the story time, I have to give a shout out to this man. I don't know his name, and I don't know if he's watching this, but this man bought me my eyelashes on Christmas Eve, and he didn't have to do that. I was counting my change because I had bought a couple of like gifts for people, and I just wanted, you know, something for me, you know, some eyelashes. These were really expensive though. They're like $7 something. And this man bought them for me, and I didn't even notice that he was buying them for me. He just walked up to me while I was counting change, and I didn't even know that he knew what I was gonna buy. And he gave me a bag, and he was like, "Here you go, Merry Christmas." And I was like, "Are you sure?" And he was like, "Yeah, Merry Christmas," and he walked away. And I just want to give a shout out to him, you know, thank you very much. That was really, really kind of you. And spread kindness like that, guys, you know, because you can hardly ever find somebody like that. But that's how you know when somebody is really sweet and kind-hearted, and you should just spread it, you know. Like that day, literally that day, I ended up having a couple bucks left over, and we got my friends some stuff. Like our family had ended up buying them some gifts, and then we didn't have to do that, you know, so we're trying to share the kindness, things like that. So I want to give a shout out to him. So today's story time is going to be when I found out I was pregnant. So I was 14. Yes, I was 14. Oh, I was 14 years old. I was a little baby. I'm still a little baby now, but you know, I was even a younger baby. And I had moved in with my boyfriend because of school. So like, I wanted to go to his school, and my dad didn't live in the area, so I was always late. I was getting in trouble a lot, and so yeah, I wanted to go to school with him. So I started off by me and my little brother spending the night, and my sister spending the night, and then it started me staying there longer, and eventually it just ended up to me like wanting to move in. And I told my dad, you know, is it okay? He said that was fine. It wasn't really that big of a deal because my dad would come and like talk to me every day and see me and things like that. And like, my sister ended up moving out of my dad's house, and so my dad was like kind of like, you know, almost having an empty nest. All he had was my little brother, and I started staying more and more with my boyfriend, and I stopped going over, and it started to be me living there, you know, slowly but surely. And I was living there, and technically, mathematical reasons are I got pregnant a week exactly after I moved in. That's sad. But yeah, I got pregnant exactly a week after I moved in, and my boyfriend did not want to have a kid, like at all. He did not want to. He wasn't ready, and you know, I wasn't ready either. But I feel like I was more ready than he was per se. He didn't want to have a kid, and I kind of low-key knew that I was already pregnant. I had a feeling. I didn't have nausea. I hadn't missed my period yet, and I still felt different. I would ask him, like, what if we had a baby early? Like, I started saying things. I started to dream about having a baby. And so we were he was kind of worried because he was like, how could you be pregnant? There's no way you're pregnant. Blah, blah, blah. And one day, I just told him, you know, I think I'm really pregnant. Like, I have a feeling that I am. And he told me there's no way. He was like, but if you are, what are we gonna do? So, us being the little teenagers how we are, scared as fuck of our parents and not knowing what to do, we tried to have a home abortion like a couple of times. I'm not gonna go into detail of what we actually did, but it didn't work, needless to say. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say on that. But then I really didn't want to. I started crying one day because I didn't want to have an abortion, and it's not that I didn't want to have an abortion. I just don't believe in abortions for religious purposes. I feel like, and you don't have to agree with me, but I feel like if I wasn't supposed to have a baby, God would have taken him away from me himself, and I wouldn't do that. You know, like, that's like murder to me. So that's why I didn't end up having an abortion. One day his mom came inside our room and realized I had missed my period. I hadn't even realized I missed my period. And then I like thought about it after she asked me, and I had missed my period for like 2 weeks. And she was like, Raven, did you get your period? And I was like, no, I haven't got my period. And she was like, are you PG? She never said pregnant. She would always say PG. And this is the thing, though. I feel like she might have jinxed us just a little bit. Because before I moved in, she was like making us promise her that we would not get pregnant. And I feel like because she did knock on wood, that was a little bit of purple too, like, for jinxing us. But that's only if you believe in jinx, and I do. So so I told her no, and then she was like, well, have y'all been doing anything? Like, have y'all been being unprotected? Have you been pulling out? Blah blah blah. None of that's safe. Make sure you're always protected. This and that. And Isaiah was like, no, like, we've always been careful with what we do. There's no way she could be pregnant. Like, how is she gonna be pregnant? And his mom was like, okay. So she left the room, and the next day after we got home from school, I went to go get something to eat from her kitchen, and I walked in the room, and she was asking him, like, is she pregnant? Is she pregnant, Isaiah? Like, talking to him. And I walked in on her, and she just looked at me like I wasn't supposed to hear her asking him. And she just looked at me, and she was like, Raven, are you pregnant? And Isaiah was like, she's missed her period before, like, and which is true. I have missed my period before when I was very stressed. Like, when I get very stressed, I'll miss my period. But I was like, it just felt different. I just knew something was up. And I told her, like, well, yeah, I missed my period, but I still have a feeling I might be. Like, there's a chance that I could be pregnant. And she was like, well, I'm going to take you to the clinic. We're going to go see if you are. Yada, yada, yada. So we went to the clinic, and I peed in a cup. They took my pee to the back of the room, and a lady sat with me. She came back inside the room with the results, and she told me, she asked me a couple questions, like, when was my last period, when did it end, and then she gave me my due date. And I nearly cried when she gave me my due date, because she gave me my due date, and my son's due date was on the 24th of October. And not a lot of y'all know this, but my birthday is the 25th of October. He was supposed to be born a day before my birthday. Like, That was my birthday gift. And, well, she said that I was pregnant, and that I didn't have to tell the lady in the office because she was not my mother. And I sat there for a minute and I wanted to cry a little bit because I knew I did something that would change my life forever. And right then and there I made a decision that I would not abort my son. And I already knew it was a boy, even though I so badly wanted a girl. At first I wanted a boy, then I wanted a girl. And I knew it was a boy, and I was thinking like I couldn't do that because it's wrong. And there's no way I'm going to do something wrong, you know? So then I walked out and I told her I was pregnant, and she came to the back with me, and they asked her, are you going to planning on bringing her back over here so we can set her some appointments, give her some prenatal vitamins, yada yada yada. She was like, can we just hold off on that? And we got in the car, and she was really serious, like not sad yet, but serious, like more like not so happy-ish. And I told her what happened, and I told her how I could possibly be pregnant. And I'm not going to share that for this story time, maybe another one if y'all would like to hear how I ended up like actually getting pregnant. It's not going to be gruesome or nothing like that. But if y'all would like to hear that, y'all can leave it in the comments below, and I'll think about doing a story time on that. But I had told her how I might have been pregnant, and we got home and she just started crying. And she told Isaiah, like, she's pregnant. Did you know that she's pregnant? And he was like, how the hell how are you pregnant? Like, he was so confused. He was like, how are you pregnant? There's no way. He was like, we've always been careful. How are you pregnant? And like, she was upset, obviously. And they both started crying. Both of them started crying. And then I started to feel bad. Like, I felt like I did something wrong for getting pregnant, you know? And then he kicked me out of the room. He was like, I gotta talk to my mom. You need to go over there. And I was like, okay. And so he closed the door on me. And I just stood there feeling stupid for a little bit. And he opened the door after a while, and they just hugged me. And they're like, you know, we'll get through this. You know, she didn't want us to have a baby young, because she had a baby pretty young. She had Isaiah when she was 19, and she wasn't even ready for a kid then. So, yeah, that's crazy how they just like, yeah. So then when they told his dad was out of town at the time, and his dad did not like it. His dad was the same age as Isaiah when he had his first kid. He was 15 years old. He was a kid. He was a baby. He didn't like it. He was really upset. But when he ended up coming to see us and things like that afterwards, it's almost like he wasn't mad at us, you know, like it wasn't our fault, in a way. Then we called my dad, and I was super scared to tell my dad. Like, super scared. Like, I can't even explain how scared I was to tell my dad, because I was like, that was one thing that was not, like, okay. And I told his mom to call my dad and tell him, and she was like, hey, I took Raven to the clinic today, and they told me she's 6 weeks pregnant with Isaiah's baby. And my dad was like, tell her I'm not mad at her. Tell Isaiah welcome to the family, and I'll start setting up appointments first thing in the morning. And that's literally what he did. First thing in the morning, he told me what my doctor was, where they were at, what they're gonna do. And the same doctor that delivered my son, delivered me when I was a baby, delivered my sister, and delivered my brother, and hopefully he'll deliver his siblings as well. But that is the story of how I found out I was pregnant, how I told people that I was pregnant. And like, it was weird because at school, me and my boyfriend, you gotta understand too, we had been together for already 3 years at this time. And everybody at our school thought I was pregnant when I wasn't pregnant, but like, I was pregnant. Okay, let me explain this. I was pregnant without knowing I was pregnant, and everybody asked me if I was pregnant. And I would tell them no because I didn't know I was pregnant, but I was. And so, like, a week later, a week before, they're like, Raven, are you pregnant? I'll be like, no, why would I get pregnant? Like, I'm not that stupid. Yes, I was. And then, so the next week, they're like, Raven, are you pregnant? I'm like, yeah, I am pregnant, actually. I just found out I was pregnant. So, that is how your girl found out she was pregnant. If you want to hear the second part to the story, which is when I had my baby, or even when I was pregnant, like while I was during my pregnancy, y'all can just leave that in the comments below. I hope y'all like the story time. You know, I really do enjoy talking to you guys. I hope y'all love my makeup. You know, I feel low key coolo, like like this. My hair is cute, my face is cute, but I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I have a new video. Bye guys.